to another live stream session with your boy Phrankleen. If you're watching this as a playback, thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you for stopping by. Give consideration to giving a like to the video and subscribing to my channel, all right? If you haven't, smash the subscribe button and the bell button. When you smash the bell button, select the all option, and that notifies you when I'm online, all right? If you're watching this as a playback, thank you for stopping by. If you can hear me, you can see me, hit the like button. Alonga baby. Amati. What's cracking? Let's see who is online. Muddy Water. For some reason, I like that username, Muddy Water. I'm all right, thanks. KT. Is it K or KT? I'm all right, thanks. And you? So if you're watching this as a playback, I'm basically just interacting with people that are online at the moment. I'm fine, Amati. I'm good, man. You? Hey, Bukun. Yeah, so it says it's my first time being live. Yeah, good to have you here. Hit the bell button, all right? I'm trying to see if, okay, cool. Hit the bell button and select the all option so you're notified when I'm online, all right? So today's episode is story time. Welcome to story time. Story time, if this is your first time, this basically is a segment called Say It Like It Is, but story time is also incorporated into it, where people send me their stories, foodchannel1960@gmail.com. And if it resonates with me, if it's something we can learn from, I usually convert it to a live stream session like this, or sometimes a pre-recorded content. I'm gonna go back to doing pre-recorded videos very soon, shorter videos, all right? So I'll be uploading at specific times, okay? I think that's what I used to do when I started this. Hi, Rosa Emily. All right. Right, so let's crack on. If you haven't, you can follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen. It's just the same spelling as it is on my channel here. If Instagram is your cup of tea, at Phrankleen, all right? So, the story. When are you doing another podcast? Yes, it's been a minute, honestly. I need to, I will jump back on it. Good observation. I had a couple of people email me as well, man. I will get back on it, man. Just got so much going. Social media content creation can be inundating, especially if you're doing it by yourself. There's a lot, man. There's a lot to do, man. Sometimes just getting some of my content on here and chopping it up to a few seconds and slapping it on Instagram can be a bit tedious and stuff because you got other things going on for you in the background. Thank you, bro. So this story was sent to me by a gentleman. It's actually hot on the table, happening as we speak in the gentleman's life. So a couple of things it's quite lengthy. Like it was filled with a rant, frustration, disappointment, the usual stuff. So as I do, I make you anonymous, and a couple of things in there caught my attention, which is why I'm going to talk about it. So the geezer that sent me this said, usual stuff. Met his wife from the motherland, Africa, Al-Kabulan, and they had a first child, decided to migrate to the UK. Um, this brother said he used to work in the banking sector, and he was a high. You would regard him career wise as a high flyer. He was doing well. That's another topic for another day, but that's quite prevalent in our community. So he decided to get rid of his top banking job. He said he had a driver, he had an official car. He had two official cars actually, one normal car and a Hilux. He had a driver, he had a maid. He was crimming off. But I suppose the colonial setting is actually very heavy on the mindset of a lot of us, unfortunately. So the wife too, at the time, had a very good job, and the household monthly earning was, substantive amount of money, quite healthy. So, but for some reason, they convinced themselves that they had to ditch what they had worked for career wise and money wise, very good, healthy paycheck with very, very juicy benefits. They ditched all of that and decided to relocate abroad. And for those that have been listening to Phrankleen for a minute, it's one of the things that I talk about. If you have it good, don't buy into the misconception. But you know what? What's funny before I crack on? I've also realized as a content creator, even though I never have malice inside of me, I never have a sinister intention. I'm an emancipator, and I want the best for my own people. But unfortunately, our brothers and sisters on the other side of the ocean, they have they're pig-headed about their preconceived notions of what life abroad is. That's not to say that living abroad, depending on what your background is, who you are, how you arrived, so many factors. That's not to say that you're not going to do well. All right. But of course, there's so many factors to put into consideration. But you get the gist, right? But my main point is, if you've managed to build a good life for yourself, you have a good source of income, and also there's a certain age band that you shouldn't be but you shouldn't be playing checkers with your life. But unfortunately, people are pig-headed. They believe that the ultimate achievement is traveling abroad. So when someone like me is trying to tell them, they instantaneously put up a barrier thinking, oh, this guy doesn't want me to jump on the plane. First of all, my bloodline doesn't own England. Second of all, I don't have the physical resources. It's absolutely impossible for me to stop anyone from jumping on the plane. It's just a conversation and trying to help you make the right decisions. And thirdly, before you start pointing finger at me, oh, why are you living in the UK? I came here when I was a lot younger. I grew up in the system. I discovered the lies. I discovered the challenges. I discovered racism. I discovered discrimination. I discovered, tedious workplace palaver, workplace structures designed to keep us down. I discovered a lot of things as you go through life. So I didn't arrive in England yesterday. You dig? So there's always that weak rebuttal or this weak argument about, oh yeah, why are you living there then? Da, 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 da. I can assure you that there's so many people in our community that the ultimate reason why they're still here is just because they're broke. They haven't got enough resources to go back. Don't get it twisted that every person in the diaspora is absolutely living large. They are happy. They're enjoying it. Nope. No. No. I've spoken to many people. I meet them in person. I've received emails from people, and they would say, Phrankleen, there's actually a woman a few days ago that reminds me. I was coming out of the bank on the high street, and she recognized me, and we had a bit of a chit chat back and forth. Very lovely, warm woman. She's from Ghana. Very lovely woman. And she was like, Phrankleen, I tell you what, she said, Phrankleen, I would jump on the plane tomorrow if I could afford it. He said, only recently I found out that my grandfather, left me 2 acres of land in Ghana. She was delighted, but Alunga baby, sometimes just keep lips shut and let them come experience it. Of course, you know what? I agree with you. I'll respond to that in a moment before I carry on with the story. So this woman was telling me that, Franklin, I would love to jump on the plane and go to Ghana. I said, but I'm broke. I need money. She talked about 2 friends who took their children and moved back. She said, but I haven't got the money. So I asked the ultimate question. I said, how much are you looking for? How much will be okay? She said, Franklin, I would do well with between 10 and 15,000. She said, I'm a minimalist anyway. Here in the UK, I'm a minimalist. Before the lockdowns, I buy things from like charity shops and I look for bargains. I'm quite frugal with my money. Said, and same with my husband. Said, we're just broke. We're trapped in debt and in job losses due to the pandemic and all that. Well, you get the gist. So all I'm banging on about is there's a truckload of people out there that I really want to jet back. Diaspora is a perfect place to hide your shame, but we can do better. Bang! Thank you, House of Coffee. George and Maria, tell me your favorite drink, I'll buy you. Diaspora, I love that statement. Let me read that again. I love that. It's a perfect place to hide your shame. I love that. I was telling somebody exactly this the other day. You see the way the culture is, everyday life is. I can walk, look at me with my glasses. Look at me right now. I can be your neighbor. I can walk past you. Morning, I don't even have to talk to you. I can jump in the same lift as you. I can walk past you that you have a facial recognition of me. Like, oh, this guy, he lives in my neck of woods and blah, blah, blah. And I can be as broke as hell. Like right now, I can be jobless. I have zero source of income. I have nothing. And you're not going to know. Here in the diaspora, the way the system is designed, people internalize a lot of things. And also, when you don't look at the cultural background, for a lot of us, you cover up a lot. You might even see somebody that drove past you earlier today, pam, 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 in their car. That guy is behind the wheel, thinking of the direct debits for that car's payment at the end of this month. There's a £220 that needs to come out for the monthly car payment, and he hasn't got a clue where the £220 will come from. Shame will not let him return it. The petrol is touching down. You get the gist, right? I'll come back to that later. So anyways, back to the brother, right? He left his job, the wife, da 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 da. They had the child. They came to the UK, and they settled in. And of course, in no time, they soon realized, like I always say, they were slapped in the face by the reality in this environment. But they pulled through anyway. Got to give them some credit. Now, over time, the reality of the life in the West, the brother claimed that he had to do some odd jobs and all that. The tension, monetary challenges and all that kind of left a few cracks here and there in their relationship. Everybody and their mama's got opinion. And that's, I always tell people, over here, people will just say to you, it is well. Like religious nut jobs. It's like a common slang in our community. It is well. Because for the most part, they are basically telling you in coded terms that I've got my own cross to bear. There's no wow factor about your suffering. You're going to have to suck it up and get on with it. So, anyways, they carried on in the system here in the UK, and eventually they had the second child. So the brother said he managed to get into like some sort of white collar job and all that stuff, but he's not been lucky with keeping jobs for long. And then when he When he lost, it got to a point, excuse me, it got to a point he lost his job, unfortunately. And as you know, finance, finance, finance. It's a major cog in the system. Owo ni koko, owo, money, ego, kudi, plays a major role. Even if you're single, you're by yourself, just you need money to do X, Y, Z. You need money to get by. You need money to do a whole lot of things, right? And joblessness or lack of income is devastating. Excuse me. So this brother said when he lost his job. Now, one thing that you need to note is in the background, the wife's family live here, the in-laws, right? So the wife had created a gateway for the in-laws to poke their noses. Who is this? Phrankleen. But Phrankleen, I have to disagree. I was in Nigeria all my life, completely useless. I came here in 2012, and to the state I'm doing well and own a home. That's good for you. You're missing the point again. If I have to answer you now, I'm going to have to go off tangent, but I'll come back to you. Remind me, okay? You're missing the point. I have never said everybody that traveled abroad will not make it. And you said I was in Nigeria all my life, completely useless. So let's say that story is unique to you. These people were doing very well in Nigeria. Did you hear what I said? So those are totally different stories if you juxtapose them. Okay? But let me finish. I'm going to come back to you, my brother. I'll come back to you. So the wife had created a gateway into the relationship. The usual stuff. You understand? The usual stuff. Whereby the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, the anything that goes on within the confines of the relationship, they are quick to know. She just lets them know. And third parties have opinions and throwing their neck into the confines of the marriage and discrediting you. When you have third parties chiming in and all that, it's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. So anyway, this gentleman lost his job, lost his means of income, and then one day the mother-in-law starts to say, your wife such and such said, the wife, my mother-in-law starts to say, yeah, the wife is saying, you're not pulling your weight and all that. So that led to a major argument with the mother-in-law. He said, the mother-in-law has a turtleneck, bit of a long neck, not a turtleneck, but has the snout of a pig, likes to put her mouth in businesses that have nothing to do with her. So, like they say in Yoruba, yeah, I would like that to share in shoot. So, doesn't respect boundaries. But you can't blame her, though. It's her daughter that has a blatant disregard for the husband. So, the long and short was what this man was going through was they were rubbishing him. They have a lot to say because for a long time, he couldn't get back into the job market. And unfortunately, these things happen. These things happen. Like we say, people hide their failings. It's understandable. It's life. Nobody comes out with a billboard and celebrates failure and all that. But these things welcome to life. Some people might be lucky. You lose a job, you jump to the next one, depending on the climate, depending on who you are, where you are in life. So many factors, right? Some people, the moment the gap, and also there's also discrimination amongst employers. The further the gap and all that, it's always a problem, right? To then jump back. So prior to the job loss that we're talking about, this man had a particular lawsuit going on with a particular body. I'm not going to, for legal reasons, I'm not going to go into, just to avoid any complications. He had that before he lost his job. There was a back and forth with this particular organization, yeah? And it appeared because he said when he was working, when he had money, a bit of money, he could afford a lawyer at first, with a few, amount paid to instruct a lawyer. Well, he lost his job, and then the lawyer wanted to put him on legal aid. And then he said they had to, because if you go on legal aid, that's government funding. They have to put into consideration, do you have a partner and things like that. So at first, his wife said, pay attention to this. I don't want to, I'm not a party to that. I don't want to give my details. So just really petty stuff. So it was frustrating for him. He left the legal aid and he decided to pull through and handle the litigation himself. Handling litigation yourself is called being a litigant in person. And as someone who's been through the justice system in this country, who is still going through it, in spite of the injustice and denial of remedies, I'll tell you, man, it's not for the faint-hearted. If you haven't got a clue, it doesn't matter the merits of your case, they will absolutely obliterate you with the technicalities. You can get lost in the whole system. They would deliberately set traps, roadblocks, pitfalls, and all them stuff just to put you off, especially if your litigation is against a government department or any local government department. You get it. Like the police, the local authorities, the NHS, and all those big names. So if you're doing it by yourself, it's an uphill battle because they will create stumbling blocks. They might even do it that you don't get before the judge. So the dude said he had the litigation going on, and then lost the job. Then he got into a major argument, like I said, with the mother-in-law and father-in-law, and then the wife's younger ones jumped in. They even threatened him with physical assault and all that stuff because he was talking to their parents. Now, whilst all of these brouhaha was going on, the wife was enjoying it because she felt like, and I've said this before, for those that have been watching me for a minute, if you are wallowing in the fact that your family members are disrespecting your partner, you're going to end up regretting your action. If it's not a case whereby you're a victim of maybe domestic, violence or domestic abuse or something, and they're trying to flesh you out of that. If it's because you have a misunderstanding with your partner, and then they take it upon themselves to put their ostrich necks into your affairs and attack your partner, and you're enjoying that, you will bite your fingers in the end. You will. Because once your family's done destroying that relationship, they will leave you with it, and then later you have your regrets. So these brothers said, left a major crack. The bedroom actions really slowed down because now his own parents are back in the motherland. He hasn't got any family support network here. He sucks it up as a society expects, his bias is a man, right? Get on with it. So imagine you're struggling to get on your feet. You're struggling with money. The wife has got a family, turn you to a doormat. The wife herself is walking all over you. That will mess you up big time. But anyways, as the universe would have it, I think the universe came together for this man after roughly 2 years out of work. It was a long time. And being broke and struggling. So I had a few friends, were really supportive. A couple of friends were supportive with, giving him bits and bobs and all that. The wife was claiming to be sorting out the bills, but then she would let her pastor know Her mom and dad, everybody knew, or everyone knows that she's the one, taking care of a bulk of the bills, and this man is reducing us. So his own parents back home, Johnny Suru, don't fight, take it easy. This take it easy culture, right? Well, he had to take it easy. He's broke. There's no money to jump ship now. Now, the universe came together for him because at the lowest point of this man's life, he said he wasn't even expecting it. The company that he was battling, or the organization that he was battling, litigation with, just out of the blues, wrote a letter saying, in the best interest of all parties involved, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. They wanted to settle out of court. Huh? Just out of the blues. So he saw the letter. He didn't say nothing to the wife. They were not in good terms and all that. So he spoke to a couple of friends. They advised him because he doesn't really have the ability to negotiate properly and stuff. Anyway, the long and short was, Thee's brother was able to get into negotiation with the party. He kept his cards close to his chest, didn't say nothing to the wife. Wife doesn't cook anymore. Sometimes the mother-in-law will come to their house and sleep over, talk trash. Omalai leko, go and find a job, da-di-da-di-da-di-da. He did everything he told me in the email. And that really struck a chord in me. He said, Phrankleen, he said it in broken. He said, no, be say I don't get craze. He said, but one of the things I'm afraid of on this side of the world is I don't want anything to do with the police getting arrested. He said, I have the ability to physically pick up the mother-in-law and fling her out or do something crazy. He said, but I'm always afraid that the repercussions, and it's true. If you're watching, don't let those monstrous women destroy your life, especially dudes, because if they push you to the edge of the slope, and I'm talking emotionally, and you break, and you swing, and you do some crazy stuff, if the police come barging in, more than likely they're going to snatch you up. They'll tie something around your legs and say you're guilty of this, slap you in front of a couple of judges and magistrate, you pick up criminal record, that's it, game over, you're done. So do be careful, man. Do be careful. Do be very careful. Be very careful. It's happened to the best of us, man. People with brilliant minds, good educational background, great jobs, and they lose it in the heat of the moment, and they get criminal records, and within the two shakes of a duck still, you might even find yourself behind bars. Like the issue of self-defense with reasonable force. Maybe in America, but I'll tell you for free, here in the UK, you better make sure you have a weighty black and white evidence. Don't get it twisted. Here, you don't even want to find yourself in that, man. Forget it. Don't let anyone lie to you. They will absolutely run you to the ground. They will obliterate your life. Take it from me for free, man. Don't let anyone lie to you. If there are groups of persons that are telling you, do this, do that, they don't love you. They want to see you destroyed. I mean, America, the laws are crazy, but in America, maybe the argument of self-defense might be given consideration if you have a good lawyer. But here in the UK, I trial. So, anyways, the brother closed the deal with the organization, the agreement, sorry, and they agreed to settle outside court for £45,000. 45 racks. That's a whole lot of bread, man. For someone who's been jobless, who's been out of money for time, right? So the brother got his money. I don't know. Maybe through paperwork. Me, my boy, follow. I don't know how the wife later found out. But anyway, it wasn't news. So she was then, surprised. So my daughter wouldn't say. We gonna wallet. 45K to Allah. I can imagine his shoulder part got a bit hot. I'm joking, man. But yeah. And in the normal fashion, she blew the news open to her mum. So now she was then trying to say, oh, so you're ignoring me now. Yeah. Oh, now that you got your compensation. And then he actually said the same mother-in-law, I got a real. I don't want to name this brother. I did query real. Ìyàwó ẹ sọ pé àwọn tó ń bá fẹjọ́. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Me. If you don't imagine that mother-in-law, the same woman that dragged you through a mud, had a lot to say to you. Heard that you got out of court settlement. Congratulations on your settlement, Uli. They're trying to get a cut. So the wife now was not kí ló fẹ́ jẹ kíní kan mo ti bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe oúnjẹ sílẹ̀, and now she's trying to offer the coochie on the plate. She's trying to offer the coochie that I couldn't access. Shut up, Obi. Hey, yo, man. Shut up, Obi. So you're gonna put that coochie on the table now. Trying to bust them legs wide open now because there's £45,000 in my bank account. And you die from what, mommy? What do you need to die? So the woman, the mother-in-law, the kuriri, and a wife that can weaponize sex. Let me address something quickly. In that period of time, is probably more than likely getting smashed by someone else in roughly 2 years. Let's not forget the timelines now. Doesn't matter because you're living under the same roof. A woman that can do that, you're sleeping in the same bed, that got to the point because of collusion with her family. And she basically, stopped making love to her husband. It's getting smashed somewhere. More than likely. It should not give them anything at all. Once the cash is gone, the show start again. So the brother said, smart guy. He has moved his money. He's already started some business, moving certain things to Africa to sell. He's doing well. He said one of his friends, one of his friends put him through to the nature of the business. I don't want to go deep into that, right? So they put things in container to do with cars and car parts and all sorts. And the brother has grown his funds. He's moved out, is where I'm going to now. He said, Phrankleen, I went to get a bed sit, just like a little condo for myself. He's moved out. So the wife now is running from pillar to post and telling people that, okay, if you know you're going to move on, at least give me half of the money to take care of the kids. She wants half of that money. Lie. So the brother said he's growing his business, and they're using emotional abuse, emotional blackmail, to try to get him to, and he said, he did say, according to the email, he said, Phrankleen, I'm taking care of my kids, whatever she needs, but she feels that I should give her. That's his money, man. He had a dispute with an organization. I don't know what the heads of claims for the court case was. The organization decided to settle out of court. This woman with a slimy coochie and her brain dead mother think they're entitled to this brother's money. How? Do you see what I'm saying? How? How? How are you entitled? I don't get it. Am I missing something? He said, Phrankleen, I've moved my money, tied a bulk of it into business, and business is doing well. A bulk of the profits is outside the jurisdiction of the UK. My G. Clever. Because all she needs, a couple of one or two filthy lawyers, man. They will help her to steal your funds and turn your life upside down. So I'm glad that the litigation helped the brother get some money in his pocket and able to build a business for himself. But the lesson in there, first of all, remember I've said this previously. For those of you that want to be married to someone, this is not gender specific. But at the same time, you want your mom, your dad, your sisters, your third party, your friends poking their noses and snout into the affairs of your relationship. You're doing yourself a major disservice. Those mother-in-laws that don't recognize boundaries, they will end up destroying your lives, and you will be the one to suffer. So this woman now, when her dad and mom particularly and siblings were walking all over that man, talking trash and telling him he's not good for he's good for nothing, he's broke, calling him I mean, the question is why? Why? So the guy said in Yoruba that the mother-in-law said, tó bá fọmọ mi lówó yẹn, màá bá ẹ kanlẹ̀. So for those of you that don't understand Yoruba, it means if you don't give my daughter half of the money, I will run you to the ground. And she's talking spiritually. My jáde tiẹ̀, wàá rí pépà wàá pè lówó. Wow. Basically, you will hit the bottom of the barrel financially. You will be broke. Wealth will distance itself from you. It's just crazy. Very vindictive, very evil, very toxic people. Let me read that comment again. As far as his business isn't domiciled in the UK, she can't access his funds because the British legal system has no jurisdiction over him. Oh well. Oh well. I'm sure he has reasonable people around him. Some would say, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing I'm going to say is, as long as you're taking care of your kids, how you take care of your kids is none of my business. If you turn out to marry a crazy woman or a crazy man and you're going to flesh yourself away from them and you got kids, don't let those kids suffer. Play your role, do what you got to do, provide for them. But don't let a crazy partner, especially if you live in the West, as I do, don't let them push you under the spotlight of the police, especially if they're females. Be careful if you're a dude. I'm a baye genio. They'll get your life littered with criminal records and it's game over for you. That's the story, pretty much. Let me see some of your comments. How from what ground? She wouldn't get a nickel or dime from me. Over a general way, and you don't understand. This is we Africans you're talking about, man. They want a cut of your money. And they will go to any extent, like they say. Where will that city wife take her while? How people suddenly become nice after so much wickedness? Do you think I'm a fool? House of Cafe. You should not give them anything at all. Once their cash is gone, the show will start again. Of course. Oh, thank you, Alunga Baby, for the super chat. Thank you. That's a calculated smart move, like a game of chess. Australian legal system favors women, and these women know it. It's not just Australia. It's the whole of the West. It's the whole of the West. And I'm not saying this in an antagonistic manner. It's just the truth. It's the whole of the West. So it's absolutely very easy for a woman that's not really worked. Yeah, in the US too. Thank you, Alunga. That has not really worked or contributed to whatever it is you've acquired, and they can clean you out like that. That's my opinion. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. For someone to have the power to hijack what someone else has worked for. So yeah, Rollins, I was saying earlier about you, the same system is now being introduced in Africa. What part of Africa? Nigeria? Nigeria, what part of Africa? What I was saying is, you said you had nothing going for you. And then you went to the States, and then, your life got turned around. Great stuff. But these persons, they had a good job. I know someone, hear this, I know someone that was earning 1.6 million naira a month in Nigeria. His wife was earning about 600 to 700,000 a month with extras, right? They had a 4-bedroom bungalow that they had built. What did they do? They sold it. They kissed the job. They kissed everything goodbye. As I speak, they are here in the UK. They are trapped. And there is plenty of stories like that. My ex wanted how 40K of my brand new SUV, 90K off my home equity, 60K of my business. Guess what? I sold everything before the courts would. Watch you the Galaxy Mike, Amoro. Taiwo Bue. Ko we lo si al Kabulan. Ni da fun. Galaxy Mike, Amoro. Brother me. Taiwo Bue. Ko we go ya. I'm not going to be polite about that, man. Once 40K off my brand new SUV, once 90K off my home equity, 160K of my business. Are you kidding me? You on point, sir, but put disclaimer. Oh, what? You missed that bit. I always put disclaimer. Come on, man. At the end of the day, you're the one who's gonna make the final decision. This is why I tell people, one of the worst things that happen to our brothers and sisters is misconception about life abroad. That's one of the worst things. Let me tell you one more time. Especially, like, and let me also say, there's a category of people. There are people abroad who are doing well. We know that, okay? But if you base it on percentages, like the people who are doing well on this side and the people who are pretty basic on this side, the basic and struggling are a lot more, especially in the black community. Struggling, giddy, riddled with debts. I'm telling you, man. You see, another thing that I've observed in our society, in our community as black folks is, you see, when you come out of poverty from back home, like you were really struggling, you were broke, you had nothing going for you, like you said, yeah? Basic stuff in the West seems like a major achievement. It's not. And I get it. It's not your fault. So somebody who was broke, who could barely even earn $1 a day to survive. So if you get to the UK and you're earning some ridiculous amount of money on a weekly basis and stuff, you will be banging on about, oh, you've made it. No, you're trapped in the rat race. You're struggling, especially if this and all, like, you're not in like a professional field whereby, oh, the pay pack, requires certain skill set to get there. You get what I'm saying? Like top IT jobs and things like that. For the most part, that's what I was saying in the last stream. When people say, oh, when I go back to the motherland, it's the standard of living. I want the standard. Stop it, man. Most black folks are basic. Show me your bathroom and kitchen, I'll tell you who you are. Most people are basic. You're living a basic life. There's no wow factor. You're not rich. Good evening. I will watch playback as I need to go for my driving lesson. Hey, Mbali, good luck with the driving lesson. Keep your eyes on the road. They see us driving cars, not knowing that we don't own those cars. Thank you, Aki Aki. Dominic, thank you, 69 Canadian dollars. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, appreciate you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Basic life and living on credit. Thank you, Aunt Nam. That's facts. That's just facts, man. All I've got to do, if I'm working in a grocery store, I mean, people that live abroad, you already know this. I'm working in a grocery store. I'm earning whatever I'm earning. I'm working 60, 70 or more hours a week. If I have a reasonably healthy credit, right? And I've had that job for like roughly 6 months or more, I can take that to a car dealership and drive away with a decent car. I can pose behind the steering wheel. I can pose behind the back of the car. I can flex with it. My brothers and sisters that do not have an idea how credit system work abroad would think that's my brand new car. In a sense, it is my car, but it's not really. It belongs to the finance company. Do you get where I'm coming from? Miss your monthly payment and the true owners of the car will come knocking. Doesn't mean it's a crime that we're driving cars on finance. I've driven cars on finance. Doesn't mean, oh, it makes you a bad person. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But for the most part, man, people live in debt here in the West. Paycheck to paycheck. I cannot get my head around the fact that you're doing very well at home, you have a very good job, and you chuck all of that and you come here and you come start again. You snook at yourself. Africa will change. Let me see. The moment we start suing the coat according to a cloth, I see people who don't earn what I do drive a Jag and live in a council state house, be content with your life. It's true, Jerry. Even if you're making $2,000 per day, wait until the law in the West go against you. Yes, sir. Many Africans are just living basic life abroad and on credit card. They may appear rich, but many of us are well decorated poor people. Wow. Well decorated poor people. How many of us own a property abroad? The data is there. I had a live stream that I did. I've forgotten which of the shows that I did not too long ago. Go and watch my video. I shared the data from the UK government. Most people can't. Most people can't. Most people can't. Akitunde said they don't come knocking. They come and tow the car away. Bah! Miss your payment. They are coming to put it on a truck and they will send you letter for penalty fees. And they have the power to damage your credit, meaning you can't take further credit. You know? These are just the harsh realities of life abroad, isn't it? We can go into that conversation maybe some other time, man. But some of our people, you can't tell people how to live their life, how to spend their money. It's very hard. We can only use mediums like this and keep quiet and cut the video off at the end. But some of our people, they have no business driving the type of cars they're driving here in the West. It's all in the name of flexing, show off. Believe that, man. Believe that, man. We care so much about status. There's a guy that told me that it was when their dad died that he himself and the siblings got to realize the mountain of debt. He always looks at his father like a godfather, like, oh, he's got everything on the lockdown. When the father died, it exposed the ginormous hole in the finance. He had mountain of debts. Same with their mom. But I can't totally commend the West. It's helping a lot of us. Is it commend or condemn? Who know what they're doing? This conversation is not about totally condemning the West, Rawlings. Don't you think if things were the way they're meant to be back home, we wouldn't even get to the part of the conversation where we'll be talking about apportioning credit, any form of credit to our invaders that obliterated our ancestors. You get what I'm saying? So, you see, maybe you think you don't have an idea of what I know and how I see this, It's all designed. It's huge. It's bigger than you and I. It's designed. The brain drain, the best of us will find ourselves in the West. If you're a good, solid IT guy, you've gone to university, you got or whatever, you got all the professional qualifications, you're better off in Alkebulan if a lot of all these systems were not there. But I can't knock my brothers and sisters if they are here in the West. Maybe they able to earn £400-500 a day and all that. It's intentionally designed. We are propping up countries that really don't care about black lives. So all these gatekeeping comments, if things were the way they were, you shouldn't even be apportioning any form of credit to the West. The West created all the boundaries in Africa today. The atrocities are quite astonishing. You understand me? So why should we apportion them? Oh yeah, they're helping us. That's Stockholm syndrome. The West doesn't really help you. The West uses you to run their cog, to run their system. So all these, oh, I can't thank the West enough. It's a house Negro type of statement. For those trapped here, Franklin, what are we doing to help one another though? In what capacity? The only way I would respond to that, my brother, is in whatever jurisdiction you find yourself in, your own local small jurisdiction, family, amongst friends. Make sure you disseminate goodness. You understand me? I am not your average Nigerian guy. I'm a Pan-African, Pan-Africanist. You understand me? I don't believe in tribalism. I don't believe I should see my brother because he's Ghanaian, I should treat him differently. I don't believe these are the mental barriers that the colonialists have put in us for generations to keep us disconnected, to destroy ourselves. It's the only way forward, bro. Union, togetherness, self-love. If a Ugandan looks at me with disgust, or I do the same, when exactly do you think we're going to progress? Those at the pinnacle of affairs, they need you to be disjointed, because that's how they control. To be divided, to treat each other with disgust, to tell on each other, to kill yourselves. They need that disunity. It's a major currency for them. They capitalize on it. We bring the same attitude, to the West amongst ourselves and places. What West are you talking about? West Africa or West Europe? Both parts of wedges are users. West I'm talking about Europe. I don't know what you're talking about, Vicky D. I'm talking about here in Europe. Pan-Alkebulan, Frank Goz. The West uses the citizens from UAR to oil the wheels of their economy. That's right. Africans don't comprehend the psychological pressures of lifestyle in the West. I met a Nigerian driving a brand new car of $27,000. To pay for mortgage in Australia, you need a minimum of $35,000. How can we be proud of using expensive cars as tenants? Asians, this guy, he said, how can we be driving expensive cars as tenants? You know what, bro? You made a very good point. We should help ourselves first by living within our means and prioritizing healthy family units, men and women. The psychological condition. Most of our brothers and sisters feel they are better than others the moment they get their papers. Being American or British is an ideology. You see, the mindset. I'm very mellow this evening. You're trying to set me on fire now, and I'm trying to just end this show and say good night, man. If I catch fire, man, I'm not going to stop. The mindset of the average black man is the problem, and woman. Forget the material accumulation, forget the affluence, forget the wealth, forget the materialism. That's nonsense. Your major weapon is your mind. The mindset of the average African is just bent. It's damaged. And I don't mean that in a disparaging manner, but trust me, the mindset of the average black person is just messed up. at the bottom of the social structure that's globally imposed by the oppressors, blacks are forced right at the bottom of that pyramid. We are at the bottom of the social structure. Global social structure. Blacks are at the bottom. The same black people are the prime defenders of the invaders. We hold onto the gate. We'll fight. We will pull out daggers. We're ready to decapitate ourselves. We're ready to behead anybody to defend the oppressors. The average black person has element of Stockholm syndrome in them. We are the only race of people where, because you're working in an establishment where you have a lot of white folks around you, you desperately want to please them. You start talking trash about your country, where you emanated from. Oh, Africa, I've done that. Nigeria, I'm never going back there. It's rubbish. Or there. What a dummy. You are tap dancing for the oppressors that damaged the country that you emanated from, that killed your ancestors. They must look at you and be fascinated by your special kind of fish brain. They would laugh. I can imagine, oh, is that right? Tell me more. They were looking at you. They're staggered. I've lived here for about roughly 2 decades. You see black people desperately. It's we black people. It's only black folks. They desperately want to please the white folks. Especially when you're socializing, you're working with them. You can't wait to throw your brothers and sisters on the train track and destroy them so that they can see you as the honorable Negro, honorable house Negro. What's in the cup, Phrankleen? It's just water. It's just water. You destroy your brothers and sisters, you trash them, just so you can earn 50p more per week or per day. Just so you can earn £1 more than your brothers. You're the one keeping an eye on the clock, running to the office of your white managers and telling them, Josephine, excuse me, John. Josephine came in at 9:04 in the morning for a whole 4 minutes. This organization cannot tolerate Josephine's behavior morally. Even your white line managers, it's all right. It's just 9:04. It's okay. That's nothing. Yeah, the other day as well, Josephine, morally. But you if I do Josephine, Josephine do. If I bash anyway, the other day, Josephine came in at 9:06. Even the so-called white managers they're not bothered. You're the one with your trousers, your excessive amount of corduroy in form of a trousers, conveniently lodged between your butt cheeks, running across the office hall into your manager's office. Josephine has come on, Josephine. Just so you can earn £5 more. Let's start the unity by educating the black man not to abandon their family. 70% of black kids are from broken home. What causes this? Let's start the unity. That's a multifaceted topic. Okay? If you want to go there, that will be a separate show. Okay? I don't make blanket statements. If I want to talk about that topic, I'm going to come correct. There's so many factors why black men are not in homes. Some of them being actual racism. There's so many black men that are banged up because they are maliciously targeted by the state, destroyed. There's so many black men that they are self-made bastards. Okay? It's of their own doing. Abandon their wife and kids or their women, their children, turn their backs on them. They're deadbeat dads, and they're out there just being useless. Yes. And there are also black men who were vindictively destroyed by black women. This is why I'm telling you that topic, if you get me started on that topic, it's multifaceted. It's only racist people that want to maliciously talk crap about the black community or black men or make disparaging comments would say, oh, well, some of your black men, the 70% of these black men are not present. No, let's unpack it. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. The system itself can easily, maliciously snatch up a black father off the pavement on bogus charges within the 2 shakes of a duck's tail, before you blink your eyes, you can find yourself behind bars. And they obliterate your family structure. They destroy. That's just the system itself. If you know what black men are going through. So if you want to talk about why black men are not present in the lives of their children or their families, it's multifaceted. Some of you black women, this is why I said some of you black women are watching me. You are devious, evil, toxic women, vindictive. You don't even think about the future of those kids. Or some of you, because you want to get retaliatory action, you get out of your way, you set out to destroy that brother, you throw him to the wolves for your gratification, so you and your hideous bunch of girlfriends can pat yourselves on the backs. You lie to yourselves. And after throwing that black brother to the wolves, they bang him up, they get his life littered with criminal record. What happens? What happens? You then turn. Don't tell me what about the men. Beverly, if you can't pay attention, that's what I'm saying. If you can't handle the heat, I'm going to have to block you. That's why I said don't get me started. Don't say what about the men. I'm not here for, scoring points. Pay attention. For once in your life, leave your emotion on the shelf. Pay attention and listen without bias. That's one of the prevalent problems in the black community, because most of you are too interested in scoring points. Oh, yeah, the men. Oh, yeah. The men. That's not, nobody has time for that nonsense. Let's talk constructively. That's why I said to you, the problem is multifaceted. Did you hear what I said earlier at the start of this? That there are useless men. So what more do you want me to say? But you're still not satisfied. What about the men? What do you mean, what about the men? Pay attention. Just like there are good women out there, there are fantastic women. There are toxic women. There are great men. There are fantastic men. There are bad men. There are women in our community that men have brought from Africa. What did you do? What did you do? Right? You got to England. You've seen the pavements now. What did you do? You took toxic ideas from outside. You stole his home. You kicked him out to the curb. You took everything. You destroyed him. You have the Amazon delivery driver blowing your back out. The Jamaican plumber is smashing you on your husband's bed, and you kick the brother out. He's dealing with blood pressure as we speak. He's destroyed. There's so many men, once they get destroyed like that, to regain their balance, never again. They're finished. Thank you. Both genders have good and bad. Thank you, African Queen. Also, there are men where you have fantastic women. You take them for granted. You end up lonely. You're destroyed. I know some men in their 60s, they are on the edge of homelessness because when they were younger, they took the good woman in their life, they took the good relationship, they took it for granted, they blew it. Right now, you see all those uncles in their 60s still working on the doorsteps of Tesco, running after shopping baskets like it's the Olympics for who can catch the most baskets within 8 hours per day. Do you want to talk about me now? You shouldn't be in your bloody 60s working as a security guard or even late 60s. They failed. Some of them are lonely. Some of them are living in shared homes. Ask them, where's your wife and children? They go quiet because the good wife or the good woman that he had in his life, he took her for granted. He has shagged her best friend. He got pregnant. That one, he went to prison because he beat the crap out of her. He threw it away. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't come to my channel. Yeah? See, I didn't want to do this, yeah? I wanted to do that topic and go. You managed to press the button in my head now, man. You set me off. The black people's number one problem is our mindset. Mi ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ rojọ́ lálẹ́ mo kàn fẹ́ ṣe wọn bá kí n máa bá tèmi ẹ ṣáà tọwọ́ bọ̀ mí lọ́fun ṣáà. Look, let me respond to this one. Brothers, go to your village and search for a wife. Most of these Western women are hardcore feminists. Stephen O, bull crap. Why do you want a village wife? You want a village wife that you want to bring to the West, hoping that she doesn't even know how to unbutton her shirt so you can control her, so you can apply misogyny. It's going to blow back in your face. The moment that woman tastes civilization, don't do it. Because the moment she comes out of that bottle, whoo, chai. You want that woman when you come back from work because you brought her from the village so that you can tell her, I will tear your visa. I will not renew that visa if you don't. My husband, please. Because you brought her from the village, huh? The day she sees the light, goodness gracious me. Somebody said, Phrankleen, refill the cup. Fill my cup, Lord. For those of you that are religious, I lift it up, Lord. Let me get some water, man. Don't let anybody lie to you, man. Don't let anybody lie to you. You see that nonsense? It's destroyed a lot of men's life, right? Oh, Stephen, I'm talking about building back at home. Well, whatever, man. But you see, look, let me say something. Let me say something. If you peradventure go to the village and you meet some lovely, beautiful sister and you are attracted to her, please let it be that you are attracted to her. Maybe, I don't know, the way she was cutting the leaves, the way the bomb kind of protruded from the back or something. There was some kind of there was some kind of connection right there, all right? Whatever it is that floats your boat. But let it not be so that you can control her. Men, I'm talking to brothers now. Look, you know what that does, right? It exposes you as being weak. It's a major setup. And it's a setup for the future. Because the day that woman sees the light, the day she mentally goes off tangent, the day she says no, whoo, Frankly, we need a 12 hours marathon live because we need your 12 hours, man. Jeez. Well, that's why you lot's gonna pay me monies, man. 12 hours. I'll probably bring my duvet and come and sleep on the live stream. Another thing about village wife. Let me tell you another thing. You see, what we call civilization actually in the city life is the template that the West has given us. Let me shock you. For those of you that like to praise the invaders' God, that love the invaders' religion, let me tell you something about some of these village wives that you think you might control. It doesn't matter if she's shouting Jesus. They know the potency. Did you hear what I said? Those ladies, they might not be able to speak good English. They know the potency of African spirituality. So, either way you look at it, you're playing yourself, man. Look, if you go get a woman thinking you're going to cap the woman, village woman, they recognize the way to go. They know the potency of African spirituality. If you push them to the brink, chai! They know exactly what to demand for. Oh my goodness. I'm not joking. I'm not even joking about that bit. Whether a Western woman or back or are you joking? A lot of brothers, I'm telling you, man, I can say this as a man. You know, this idea of I'm gonna go get Chinyere from the village. All right, you're gonna be all right. Talk about even for me, that I'm a Yoruba man. You see those ladies, because you think Kolaju, like, oh, she's not seeing the light. You want to keep her at home, make babies. Just one phone call. Mommy says, don't see her, Jamie. Boy, call me. Boy, but mommy, about 50,000. Ọ̀nà kì í dí málàdà. Kóṣe báyìí ní tìlá kọ̀ṣẹ́. Àṣẹ mọ́nàmọ́ná lè ń bẹ lẹ́nu. Wọ́n máa múná fún ẹ gidi. Don't let anybody lie to you. Everything will run down. They will run you down. Because African spirituality is potent. You don't know. You will learn. Ọba jáde tiẹ̀ tán. 2-5 ló máa jẹ. I'm glad you're educating the West Africans. The West Africans. Oh. The city girls are actually playing catch up. The city girls too can do something. But look, man. And you know the beauty. You see that village girl, yeah? Treat her nicely, though. You see that potency that she knows. Yeah? If she aligns with the universe, because women are the source of life, though. You know the Ankh sign, they are the source of life. If she kneels down and calls the universe for your progress, if you make her happy, Oma laugh when. Ori leja fin labu, o mama fori labu aye jani. Ori lo mo ko fin laju, o mama fori laju jani. Aje mama wa eri o no mama la. If you make her happy, forget about the spoken English or level of to bafi dia. So the flip side of the coin, you would taste the potency of that. So those of you that think, oh, because say, you know about oh, scam borobos, bobo, jangbara gbaji gbagba, gengere gauge. You think it's a joke? Let me meet my semolina on the table. Why is the semolina not as soft as those? Those. You want to use her as a sex machine? Open your legs. Do as you're told. Be. Go. Okay. Tọ́lá mú ẹ sọ́wọ́. I don't want to see you on Instagram talking to anybody. I don't want to see you on Facebook talking to anybody. Read your Bible for me. I brought you to England. Go. Go. Tọ́lá mú ẹ sọ́wọ́. Who is that guy on the second floor that is greeting you? This is the third time that the guy is greeting you this week. I brought you to England. Will you keep quiet with the brought you to England? Shut your mouth, man. Yeah, even the universe would fight for her. The day that village beauty starts putting on those fake eyelashes, wow, brother will recite the alphabet. I want Spain, Lou. Hey, yo, you think I'm joking, man? This has happened. This is the harsh reality for a lot of people, man. I'm a dude that can say this, man. Most of our men, you go and get those women because you think they're easy catch. Then your blood pressure will touch the roof when you get to the West. And you let man call one little. Look, man, I gotta say, say it like it is, man. We're the ones. You turn those women, you turn them to demons. My dad always tells my mom he brought her to America, so she needs to obey him. You know? And some of you might say, no, I'm not bringing anyone to the West. That's fine. You can also marry a beautiful demon in the West. You know that. Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, King Wells, man. Look, man, you could still do him or her right and get your fingers burnt. I agree. You're right. You're absolutely right. There are good men out there that actually treat women right. There are some women, they're not designed for goodness. Olori ibuni. There are some women, they're not there. They're not actually wired mentally for let's build together, let's get old together, let's raise children, let's build businesses. No. Just because somebody has vagina and womb, by biological definition, doesn't mean they would make for a good wife. It's the same way you would say, just because a man has, a cock between his legs, mean he would make for a good husband or a good father. No. That's why we got to be careful, man. That's why you got to be careful. That's why we've got to be very, 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 very careful. That's why we've got to be careful. Some of you are watching me right now. You are actually trapped with people that you shouldn't have been involved with to start with. Believe me, man, each day is so tedious. Each day, you're just dragging through. Each day is a drag. Each day is a drag. As some of you women, when you met that dude, the first day you saw him, he looks sexy. Oh my God, he's so sexy. Look at his arms. He's so sexy. Look at his lips. And then you get moist. And then before you blink, you bust your legs wide open. And then bang, bang, bang. Oh, he's so sexy. Before you know, bang, you're pregnant. Before you blink, it's 9 months. The baby is here. Then you're just trying to then make it work. This is what we should have given consideration from the start. You didn't. Some of you lay with a man that you shouldn't even have said hello to. But because The guy is an animal. There's nothing good about him. But he's endowed. Kinito Gbesabe or Pa Sheni. Tobati Kekman Bole Bai will daru. So because of what's between his legs, so there was a particular day where he smashed you to smithereens. Your brain fell out of your skull. You needed help to, whoo, oh Lord. It was just the sex that trapped you. Smashes you like crazy. And then before you realize it, you got 3 kids now. And then you're running from pillar to post telling story, oh men are trash. No, you are trash, B. You are trash because I wasn't there when you were busting your legs wide open. Did you put your legs on my shoulder? Did I help you to spread your legs? Did you say, Phrankleen, can you help me spread my left butt cheeks? Did you hire me to hold your legs when you were smashing the man? How did I join the list of men that are trash though? Your fault. It's the same thing on the side of we brothers. Woo! That coochie was made. It's made with onion. I mean, honey. It's dripping. Look at that girl's the meat on the backside. That's what we go for. The boobies are this, the waistline. We don't consider anything else. What skill set is she bringing to the table? What ability has she got to make money? The dress that caught you in the nightclub that night is probably from Primark. Everything she's wearing is under 60 pounds. So before you know, she's pregnant now. She's like, yeah, you're still thinking, yeah, let me keep it, man. My gesture, do me if I lay down. And before you blink, the layers of problems come out. And before you know, 2 children, 3 children with this person. And then the things we should have considered from day dot, you're then trying to do that now. That lady belonged to the streets. My brother is trapped. The wife just kicked him out, and we're still begging her to allow my brother back. What are you saying, man? Some women are designed for the street. Likewise, men. The cucumber that you are enjoying has actually been supplied to several other honey pots. You don't understand. At the time that the cucumber was presented to you, the cucumber that you are glorifying the size and the shape of the cap of the cucumber, multiple persons are also busy claiming ownership to the said cucumber. So before you realize that there is a major legal dispute around the said cucumber, you already have 3 children. It's too late by them. You're snookered. I'm telling you, man. By the time you realize it, it's too late. There are women today, the child or the couple of children that you have with you, the only reason why you bust your legs wide open was because at the time you met the guy, he had a Range Rover. You saw the Range Rover. You didn't ask any questions anymore. What's his educational background? What does he do for a living? What are his future goals? You saw Range Rover. They carried you from there to 805. You ate grilled fish and plantain straight to his apartment. Dabo, bola. Before you blink, carried you in the Range Rover. He's got a Range Rover. He's carrying you on the back seat of the Range Rover. Bola. Before you realize, you're pregnant. You're on the edge of giving birth. He's on the phone arguing one day. What's happened, baby? Baby, what's going on? Now, this guy, he took his car. Don't worry about him, man. I'll find something to buy on. I'll buy something on Auto Trader. We just need a £500 or £600 car for now. It's okay. Sorry, what? The Range Rover? No, it's my guy. You know my guy now that I told you. Yeah, it's his car, so he wants it back now. You're about to give birth. Range Rover is gone. So now he has to put you in an X-Reg Ford Focus. That the edges of the door is rusty. The radio is not working. The AC is blowing heat. The heater is blowing AC. He buys a used car seat from eBay that has baby food dried on it and tells you to put the cover in the washing machine. Manage it for now. Whilst you are trying to say what? Whilst you're heavily pregnant, you get a couple of slaps. You wake up the next day with mark on your baby, sorry, you know, it was just last night because of the range. I'm sorry. You're trapped. Your choice. My point is, if you're driven by materialism, you bite your fingers down the line. It's as simple as that. If the reason you got with someone is because of Bola, what Alania says, is because of the manhood or whatever, man. So there is more to this, man. It's very easy to conceive children. It's, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's very easy, man. You see why some women, you see a guy, say, I can't believe you. Look at his biceps. Drag you into the disabled toilet, bend you over the toilet seat, they gain access into your sugar well that same night. It slaps you with those very hot strokes, leaves his nut in you. I can say this, we're talking to adults here. Bang, bang. Right? 2 days later, it comes to you again. Oh, hi, right from the door, tears you through the hallway, boos, before you blink, you're pregnant. It's after you have the child that you start to find out reality. By then, you're a single mom, and then you become very angry. And then you want to blame all the men for your own choices. Facts. Chief of Naval Staff. So if you don't do your homework, man, it's hey man, it's just a harsh reality. And speaking of now, some women, when they then realize their mistakes down the line, they get very angry. In a bid to carry out retaliatory action, she realizes now, but I want to mess up. She wants to destroy that man. She throws him to the wolves, the authorities, the police. She concocts lies just to make herself feel good. No. Just let him go. It's your fault. There's a lot of women, some of you, you're driven by materialism. You're trying to carry the Gucci bag that even your biological dad cannot affordably buy for you. But you want it from that guy. Why? They don't share cash up. Yes, I said it. Some of you are jokers, man. Some of you, you know this guy's a fraudster. You know then Aaron's boy. You went blind. You could see. You meet a guy, takes you to the top of Shard, yeah? Spends £800 on you, £900 on you one night. You know and do only. You don't even make £900 in a week from whatever job you're doing. But because you have a protruding bum, you like it. You want to carry a Ferragamo or Gucci bag that you can't even work for yourself. If you make your bread, you can buy the whole store if you can afford it. But you want it though. They know, they can see you. They've dealt with similar ones like you in the past. Oh my do falu falu. Some of you ladies even subject yourself. A guy that you think you're cozying up to will trick you into his Canary Wharf apartment. He's asking you to give him a blowjob in front of his friends. And you have to belittle yourself because you want that Gucci bag. He's pounding you to dust and is asking you to go into the bedroom upstairs to also serve one of his homeboys. But it's you. You want a Louis Vuitton bag that's cost £1,200 that your own father can't even buy for you. But when you make those ugly decisions and they treat you like doormat, don't do it, falu, don't go and sit there. Then you come around. Look at me behind my phone here. I'm streaming. You want to connect all men and blame them for the choices that you made? Sorry, was I with you in that apartment when multiple guys We're gaining rough access into your sugar walls. Was I present? Did I have anything to do with it? But I'm trash though. Some of you ladies, you can't see a guy, just catch a glimpse of just a couple of pounds sterling. Your teeth is out. You answer questions that they're not even asking you. I work for NHS. Sorry, what? You're already moist. Because you're looking at materialism. Who is this guy? People chat people up every day. That's why there's some women that I respect. They seem to be tough. Even guys don't like them. You know why? Because they make you work for it and they can discard you like that one. Ayushi. That's why. Let me end on this. Let me end on this. It's only a stupid man, a useless man, yeah, will feel threatened that his woman is making money. Forget that. Me, personally, Phrankleen, if I know you as a woman, you're making your own bread, it's actually sexy. It turns me on that you got your own bread. And you know what? Let me tell you the truth. Men respect women that have their own. You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to dangle it. Look, if a man knows that, like, you are a business analyst, for example, a lady, you're earning £400-500 a day. That dude better tread carefully because, sorry, you're solid. I meet you, you've already bought your own property. You're doing good. You're smart, you're educated, you're a medical doctor, you're making bread. So this guy is not going to say, listen, if you don't make that jollof rice, I am not going to give you that £200 that you need to pay the council tax. Excuse me? He knows that he can't bring that nonsense to you. You see, at that level, with that type of a woman, you want to build. The conversation is on a different wavelength. It's about, okay, baby, I'm even approaching you in a very subtle way. Like, baby, what would you want from me? What can I bring to the table? What can we do together, baby? You see, those are the conversation that will get those type of women moist. Hell yeah, if she pulls you across the table in the wine bar, you know, if you get turned down by stuff like that, that's, yeah. It's not about, if you say, hey, baby, I thought I'd buy you this blue face Rolex, you know, just for your birthday. She would appreciate it. But she doesn't need your bread to buy Rolex because she can buy a Rolex. She can buy Rolexes. Get your own bread. A lot of these girls, man, the only thing you bring to the table, just a couple of TDs, booties, and vagina, that they will end up bitten to smithereens. It's 10 for a penny out there. And this is not to insult women. What I'm telling you is, it's all well and good that you have a banging body. That burns out quickly, man. If they talk about finance, there is nothing to bring to the table. There is nothing intriguing about you. It's just about just posing. Just talking about bone straight. Get lost. I'm not moved by that. It's sexy. When a woman look, it doesn't matter. Not everyone is academic. You don't have to be an IT person. It's just an example. Even if you're selling hair, even if you're selling body cream, even if you're selling food, you're supplying clothing, whatever, you're getting your own bread. Good bread. Good men will respect you. Yes, you're a queen. You should be treated like a queen. It's okay for to be taken out and be splashed upon, be treated. Of course, man. I'm sick and tired of our bio binalatenuje. Lots of man doing be a. Oh, they will. I'm a man. I can tell you from a man's point of view, man. So all you can bring to the table is just your little blouse that you bought from Primark. And you're there. You can't even have a sensible conversation. You can't challenge my thought process. The only thing I want to do is just get blood shots in my cock and just bend you over. Once I'm done busting a nut, right, okay, okay, so yeah, right, what are you doing on Saturday? Do you want to, okay, go to work for me, Lori, to buy so done. And then once you do that 3, 4, 5 times, the next time you're calling, they're looking at your phone call like, well, I'm telling you. You think, oh, I'm giving you game here. You think, guys, men, some of you women, if you're a woman of substance, call a guy that's a man that's really into you. He sees your face, your number. Bro, I talk. Hey, baby, where are you? You're towards Heathrow. All right, airport. Okay. Yeah. I'm actually on the other side of London. Okay. Let me jump on Uber. You what? You got headache. Okay, have you got paracetamol? I have cocodamol here. I can come. It's not because he's coming so that he can sleep with you, man. That man values you. I'm telling you for free. Guys, we can form hard guy, and carry on like brains. I can't speak for the next man, but I speak for myself. It's beautiful. Don't be a leech. Don't sit there and just be looking for material benefits. Oh, they have to give you money because you bring vagina to the table. Get out of here, man. There's a truckload of vagina on the street that goes round and round the blocks of side streets. And come on, man. There's more to life than that. There's more to life. Bring substance. You see, yeah, the sex will be banging. You get it? The sex will be banging. It's only men with insecurity. Oh, your wife is a project manager. She's on £500 a day because you are a security guard and she's left the Tesco job and you two upgrade yourself. It's only a bad woman. Hear me out. There is no need for you to take whatever you are earning and stick it in your face of your partner and weaponize it against them. That's nonsense. If you're a man, you want to make yourself feel good. And in order to feel good, you prefer your woman to be at the bottom end of the barrel. You have insecurities, man. Yes, I said it. It's okay for a man to treat you. I say that again. It's fantastic for a man to treat you, to take you out. If I want to take my woman out, let's go on holiday. It's nice. Don't be a leech. Personally, I despise leeches. Don't be a leech. Bring something to the freaking table. Don't be a leech. A guy meets you and he can see, sorry, well, you're a medical doctor. You're on a good paycheck. Oh, that's your car. Beautiful. You are okay. You can buy your own takeaway. You can pay for your own pizza. You can buy your own dress. You're fine. I mean, I'm talking to you. I'm seeing your watch. I'm looking at your lovely jewelries, your ensemble. I'm like, God damn. You know, I'm not talking about all these over the top fakeness and labeling from, no, a gorgeous, beautiful black woman. You're making your own bread, business or professional job, whatever. It's sexy. I don't know why a man wouldn't find that sexy. It's bloody sexy. It's just sexy. It's sexy. The world is moving, man. Run away from all those lichies. It's a big, yeah. I love a woman with brains. I can stand in the rain with you. We can talk forever. We could chill. We can do whatever. Hell yeah, it's sexy. You can put your foot on my shoulder. I can rub it. I can do whatever. It's sexy. It's attractive. Forget the money, whatever it is you've got. It's beautiful to see. You can talk about finance. That woman can Your woman, baby, okay, about your car business, right? So you're saying you're trying to grow, right? I was looking at this. Why don't you look at this and this? Don't take that loan because of the rate of this. Why don't you grow at this pace? You're eating, and this woman is giving you gems. That's enough to give me a hard on. Oh, do you mean, ma? I'm flying into I'm doing laundries for, babe, let me come and let me drive through the congestion charge and come. Don't worry, let me come get you. That's a woman right there. I would do your laundries 24/7. If the hygiene is good, I'll eat the grocery box all day. Like Sam, eat the box, man. Why not? Eat the box of a good woman. You can throw the box at me anytime. I'll eat the box, man. What's up, man? Let me share. That's me done, man. You don't share. Be box, you are. I'm a yapali. If you want to attract a great man, you have to be a great woman. Boom! Thank you. That's nice coming from a woman, man. But if you want them to eat your box, make sure your hygiene is good, though. Don't bring some stale fish box here. But, hey. And you, brothers, if you're also clamoring for oral sex, don't show up with pubic hair that's just, golden brown and rotten on the sides and dirty and all that stuff, Don't be smelling like fermented cassava when you come out of your boxers, To try to jazz everything up. You dig? Whoa, somebody said don't bring out dreadlocks out of the trousers, man. Hey, yo. That's another topic for another day, man. You know what I'm saying? So, smell nice. You know what I'm saying? Don't be talking about box, because we're saying box here. Don't bring box that's perforated, box that's been given to Baba Beji, box that's been given to Mike, box that's been given to the Amazon guy. Don't bring dirty box that will put STD on anyone's lips. So, you're really sure. Don't bring dirty box here, man. You know what I mean? The same thing, brothers, man. Look after yourself, man. So if the stuff is gonna go down, it's tidy and clean for everybody involved, man. Emil Jabox. Hey, yo, that's me done, man. Look, man, I had to go there, man. It's an amazing session. Thank you for the super chat, man. You set me off, man. I actually intended to be on this stream for just right behind an hour. And then somebody triggered me, and I just have to go on. Well, all the boxes have been used and reused several times. Mr. Wilson, I agree. At least let it be a tidy box. That's what we're saying. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate the super chat. That's me done. It's been an amazing session. If you have any stories for me, send it to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Send me your emails, and if it's something we can learn from. I'm bringing in a gentleman in the next couple of days called Kaizo, man. He's a very brainy guy. We'll be talking on some major topics that's hitting directly at the black community. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. And enjoy whatever is left of your day, your evening, your night, whenever you're watching me or wherever you're watching me from. Peace and love, man. Bye bye now.